Okay, let's unpack this a bit. We humans, right? We're fundamentally social creatures.
Yeah, definitely. Often described as, pack animals.
Which means we instinctively, sort of, work together, socialize, live in communities.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when you want to do something social, maybe a movie or a concert, and there's just, no one around to go with you?
Yeah.
Do it, just skip it.
Or do you face that kind of yikes moment, as you put it, of going by yourself?
Exactly. That moment.
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because that seemingly simple decision, it can dig up some really deep-seated anxieties for a lot of people. And that's precisely the dilemma Lee Gale Gruen explores in her latest blog post, Running in Packs.
Oh, okay.
So today, for our deep dive, we're really going to explore that personal struggle of, embracing solo experiences.
And the surprising freedom and connection that can actually come out of it.
Exactly. Her journey really sheds light on self-companionship, maybe even self-discovery.
It's such a relatable challenge, though. Gruen points out, we handle going to work alone, running errands alone, fine.
Sure, no problem, usually.
But then a specific type of social thing, a movie, a play, maybe even just grabbing dinner, that suddenly triggers this hesitation.
Right.
She actually calls it a button pusher event.
A button pusher event. I like that.
Where the first reaction, if you can't find someone, is often just, nah, I won't go.
And that button pusher idea, it's a perfect example of what psychologists sometimes call anticipatory anxiety.
Okay.
Where the fear or the discomfort before the event can feel way worse than the actual thing itself.
Right, the dread.
Yeah, the dread. And for Gruen, this wasn't just some fleeting thought. She traces it right back to this really potent memory from when she was a teen.
Oh, interesting. What happened?
Well, she saw a classmate shopping alone, and a friend she was with made this comment, something like, oh, she's alone. Guess she doesn't have any friends.
Yeah.
Basically labeling her a social outcast.
Wow. Just like that, and that stuck with her.
It seems so. That comment became this sort of lifelong restraint, she says. It built this deep fear of being judged in the exact same way.
That's powerful. But it's also really compelling because despite that fear, Gruen sees other people doing solo things easily.
Right. She observes them.
Yeah, someone just deciding I'm taking myself to a movie or booking a solo trip somewhere far off. Like, it's nothing.
Mm-hmm. No second thought.
So what does that contrast tell us about these anxieties and how some people seem to, dodge them or overcome them?
Well, it really highlights the power of what you might call schema formation, how these early, really impactful experiences can build a rigid frame, a schema, for how we see social situations later on.
Even decades later.
Exactly. For Gruen, that one teen comment just cemented this negative idea about being alone in public. And the internal conflict she describes is, it's really resonant, I think. Years, she says, fighting that memory.
With the anxiety showing up as worrying what others are thinking.
Yeah, thoughts like, I'm all alone, no one wants to be with me, I'm pathetic, I'm a loser. That internal monologue can be just a huge barrier, can't it?
Oh, absolutely. It sounds like a classic case of the spotlight effect, too, right? Where we think everyone's watching and judging us way more than they actually are.
Precisely.
Yeah.
We overestimate the attention.
But here's the thing. Here's where her journey gives us something powerful.
Yeah.
Despite all that initial anxiety, when she does actually manage to go alone, she often finds she has a surprisingly good time.
And that consistent positive outcome, despite dreading it beforehand, that points to something called effective forecasting error.
Meaning
we're often pretty bad at predicting how we'll actually feel in a situation, especially one that makes us anxious.
Okay. We expect the worst, but it doesn't happen.
Right. Gruen's bravery shows that the judgment we fear is often, much less intense than we imagine. Or maybe not even there at all.
Yeah.
And even more, this act of going solo, it sometimes leads to unexpected outreach, as she puts it.
Outreach.
She finds herself chatting with strangers, maybe sitting with new people sometimes. She's even made new friends occasionally this way.
Mm-hmm.
That active engagement with the world, it's such a shift from the initial fear of just being isolated.
And it's funny, that kind of engagement often doesn't happen when you are with a group, does it? Because your focus is inward on your friends.
Exactly. You're in your bubble.
So this unexpected connection when you're solo, it's not just Gruen. It shows how dropping that safety net of a group can actually open you up to to new interactions, a richer experience of just being there. And Gruen, she admits, even with her growth, she's still working on it, still trying to, quote, lick the "it's too humiliating to go alone" syndrome.
Which is a great example of behavioral activation, really.
How so?
You take the action, even when it feels uncomfortable, as the way to change how you feel. You don't wait to feel motivated first. You just do it.
Act your way into a new feeling.
Precisely. Her whole journey, from being sort of chained by that teenage comment to actively aiming for self-companionship. It's a really profound reflection for all of us, I think.
Yeah.
It just reminds you that so many of our limits are self-imposed, right? Based on old stories we've told ourselves.
So, thinking about that, what does this all mean for you listening right now? Gruen asks us quite directly.
Yeah, she poses the question, what restraints have you been lugging along with you since childhood that hinder your adult self?
That's a heavy question.
It is.
Yeah.
And then she follows it up even more pointedly.
What's that?
What are you going to do about it? When?
Wow. Okay. Definitely a powerful thought to maybe mull over as you think about your own comfort zones and maybe those independent adventures you haven't taken yet.
What freedoms might be just waiting on the other side?